Good day, everybody, and welcome to Rapid Chats with Angus. I'm your host, as per usual, Angus Opperman. And in this episode, I'll be looking at the 2011 and 2015 All Black teams, respectively, that had gone on to win back-to-back Rugby World Cup titles, the first team to do so in the history of the competition. I've compiled a matchday 23 of the best of the golden era All Blacks that have done this feat, and this is what I've conjured up with. So the first selection at fullback for me is Israel Dag. He was the starter in the 2011 final, although he didn't feature in 2015 due to a lack of form and also injury that caused him not to be selected for Steve Hanson's squad. He was very good in 2011 in his prime, and he gets a spot in number 15. On the right wing, I have Ben Smith, who started in the 15th position in the 2015 final. And I had to make a spot for Bender because I just feel he's so damn good. And I can't leave him for the bench. So I sacrificed Richard Kahui on the wing. And I've put Ben Smith in there in his place. And on the centres, I have Nono and Conrad Smith. They were given, they played in both 2011 and 2015 finals. So that's a no-brainer for me. On the left wing, I have Julian Sevilla. Basically, he was quite rampant in the 2015 campaign. He was one of the top try scorers. He needed one more try actually to match Brian Abana and Jonah Lomu's 8 tries in the competition. Didn't get it, but it was a handful, especially in the quarterfinal against the French, where I think he bumped off like 3 or 4 defenders in the process to win the gun and score, and also sort of ease the pain of the 2007 quarterfinal they had in France a couple of years ago. And also on fly half, I have Dan Carter. He's a no-brainer. I can't say much more than that. Dan Carter's name just goes up in lights and explains itself in many ways. At number 9, I had a bit of a head scratcher though. I went with Aaron Smith over Perry Wipu. And just for tactical reasons, I feel Aaron Smith was a bit more tactical, tactically more astute, in his number 9 position. And I went with Aaron Smith there. At the loose trio was pretty straightforward. Both actually played in 2011 and 2015. Number 8, Kieran Reid, went on to captain All Blacks, in the 2019 campaign, which they didn't succeed in. But, they had Reid at number 8. Captain Fantastic, the back-to-back World Cup winning captain Richie McCaw at number 7. And the hard graft at number 6, Jerome Kano. So that was a no-brainer for me to select, because they both actually had the same loose trio selection in 2011 and 2015. And at number 5, I went for Sam Whitelock, who featured in both Rugby World Cup finals, also as a starter, so he was a no-brainer. Number 4, I had a bit of a head-scratcher between Brad Thorne and Brody Retallick. Many will disagree with me on this, but I went for Brad Thorne in the selection. I just feel that Brad has been around for quite some time. He's also experienced the highs and lows of Rugby World Cups, and he deserves to be a starter in the selection. At tight head prop, I went for, let me just double check. Owen Franks, obviously. Yet to score tries still, but he's been involved in the Rugby World Cup campaigns. And he's been involved in 2011, 2015, and 2019, if I'm correct. So he's been around for quite some time. And he's been an anchor for the All Blacks. So definitely a selection for me there. At hooker, I was also scratching my head a bit, but I ended up for Kevin Mialamu. Just as Brad Thorne, he's been around for a while and he's seen the highs and the lows of Rugby World Cups. So I went for Kevin Mialamu at hooker. He was very consistent as well, for a very long time for the All Blacks. And at loose head, how could I not select, Tony Woodcock, the man who scored the 5-pointer for them in the final in 2011 of that line-out set move when he went through the middle, and which proved to be crucial as they only won the match. I think it was 7-8 against the French. So Tony Woodcock has to be a starter in the selection. And off to the bench, at hooker I have Dan Coles. I was actually contemplating of starting him, but I thought, nah, Dan Coles in general is the kind of player you want for the last 20 minutes when things get loose, and basically to finish off the match and just cause a bit of havoc and bring fresh energy off the bench. Um, at loose at prop replacement, I have just double check. It's Ben Frankshaw, the brother of Owen, who played in 2011, and then at tight I have Charlie Van Wema, also was involved in 2011. My lock replacement obviously is Brody Retallick, after not selecting him as a starter. And then my loose forward replacement is Victor Vito, who I very much rate a lot since forever. At the Hurricanes, at the All Blacks, he was very, very good. A very mobile, you can say loose forward, because he could play basically across the park, 6, 7, 8. He was more of an 8 to me, and he played predominantly 8 as well for all his teams. But yeah, Victor Vito was that guy also. When the game got a bit loose, he was your man to actually pick up the scraps, especially for the All Black brand in the way they like to play. And then my scrum off is Piriwipu, obviously with him missing out on selection or as a starter to Aaron Smith. And then how can I not select my flaw replacement, the one and only Beaver, Stephen Donald. And for those who don't know, Beaver has quite an interesting story. I'm sure the Kiwis will know this, but for the general viewer out there, so what happened in 2011 was, the All Blacks had obviously Dan Carton, they had a young Aaron Cruden, and they had Colin Slade at the point in time, if my memory serves me correctly. And all those guys just got injured, and they were down to their fourth fly off. They had to look for someone else. And Beaver, or Stephen Donald, he actually was on holiday in New Zealand. And I think he probably wanted to catch a couple of matches for his country, obviously. But then he got called up, played in the final, kicked the winning penalty for them, and they were world champions in 2011 due to the boot of Donald. Who actually cost them a Bledisloe Cup test, who he was actually booed for against Australia a couple of years before. So he went from 0 to hero for the All Blacks, and is still very much loved in New Zealand. And the Chiefs man is still quite adored by many around the world as well. And then my outside back replacement, I had to scratch my head, do I go for Richard Kahui? But then I thought, why not go for the 2015 Breakthrough Player of the Year, Neil Scudder. He was sensational for the Hurricanes, he was sensational for the All Blacks, scored a try in the final, and I feel Scuzz deserve, to be on the bench for this one. Also, I just want to say that, for Scuzz, he's been quite a talent, at the point in time. He was the Breakthrough Player of the Year for 2015, and unfortunately, he just never kicked on after that due to injury, nothing more. It wasn't even a case of form, it was just that injury struck him so hard that, whenever he thought he got a break, he just basically lost his spot again in the All Blacks due to injury. I was actually at his last days where he got injured again in Cape Town, when the Boks lost by a single point to the All Blacks at Newlands. But yeah, I hope that Scuzz does get a break soon, and I think he's still in negotiation with Toulon. But I think came off it so far as I know. So yeah, hopefully Scuzz does get his big break to be back on the world stage. I would love to see him again. But in any case, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in again. I really appreciate your support, the feedback after each video. It's much appreciated. To drop me a like, to drop me a comment on your thoughts, and yeah, I'll be back soon with a Springbok Golden Era team. I can't call it the Golden Era actually, I'll just call it the Springbok Golden team, because the period between 2007 and 2019, there's been a lot of things that happened, and yeah, we can't call that a Golden Era period. But I will, select a team from the 2007 final team and the 2019 team. And yeah, keep an eye on my social media. I'll be posting updates, and yeah, you guys, have a good afternoon or good day wherever you are in the world. Be safe in this tumultuous time, in this COVID-19 pandemic, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.